Every 4 years, the world stops for a month. Cities go quiet, streets are painted, flags fly high, and billions watch as nations battle for football glory. But where did it all begin? Why was Uruguay the first host? And did you know the World Cup almost didn't happen at all? Welcome to Behind the World Cup. Today, we uncover the surprising origins of football's biggest tournament. Before the World Cup in the late 1800s, football was gaining popularity worldwide. European clubs and national teams began organizing friendlies and regional championships. But there was no global competition. In 1904, FIFA was founded in Paris to bring international order to the game. Early Olympic Games included football, but with restrictions. Only amateurs could play. The 1924 and 1928 Olympics, Uruguay's national team dominated, winning gold. Their success ignited the idea. What if there was a global tournament of professionals? Creating the World Cup, FIFA president Jules Rimet led the charge. In 1928, FIFA officially approved the creation of the World Cup. Now came the hard part. Who would host? Several countries expressed interest, including Spain, Italy, and Brazil. But Uruguay offered to pay for travel expenses. Plus, they'd just built a modern stadium. Plus, they were celebrating their 100th year of independence in 1930. Many European countries were hesitant. Travel by ship would take weeks. Still, 13 nations agreed to participate. 7 from South America, 4 from Europe, and 2 from North America. The long journey European teams traveled by boat across the Atlantic. The French, Romanians, Belgians, and Yugoslavians sailed for days. On board, players trained on deck and adjusted to the South American climate. When they arrived, Uruguay welcomed them with parades. But the logistical challenges were immense. Different climates, languages, and even football styles. For example, South Americans preferred playing with the ball on the ground, passing quickly, while Europeans relied on powerful kicks and set pieces. On July, the first match kicked off. France versus Mexico. The French won 4-2. Lucien Laurent became the first player to score a World Cup goal. Other strong teams included Argentina, USA, and Uruguay. The matches were played in Montevideo, primarily at the brand new Estadio Centenario. And by the way, the stadium wasn't finished at the start of the tournament. They were still working on it as the crowds arrived. Anyway, most matches were decided by a single goal, showing just how evenly matched these teams were. There were no substitutes back then. If a player was injured, his team played with fewer men. Despite the physical nature of the sport, no substitutions were allowed. If a player was injured, his team played with fewer men. One famous photo captured the despair of a 10-man Belgian side after one too many fouls. Injuries were common. Players received little protection and treatment was rudimentary. Still, nobody walked away. They battled on even with broken bones and bleeding wounds. The final showdown on July 30th, 1930, over 93,000 fans packed into Estadio Centenario for the final. Uruguay versus Argentina promised to be a close match as both teams had topped their groups with identical records, winning 2 games and drawing 1. Argentina took an early lead in the 19th minute with a goal from Luis Monti. 5 minutes before halftime, Uruguay's Pedro Sears leveled the score. At halftime, Argentina led 2-1, but Uruguay stormed back with 3 unanswered goals in the second half. Jose Pablo Dorado, Hector Castro, and Sears again sealed the victory for Europe. The next day, a national holiday was declared in Uruguay. Riots broke out in Buenos Aires. That's how intense the rivalry already was. That's a wrap on our first ever episode. We hope you enjoyed learning about the fascinating history of the FIFA World Cup. But our journey is just beginning. Did you know that before the World Cup was born, football almost went extinct during World War II? Stick around because in our next episode, we'll uncover the story of Brazil 1950 and why millions fell silent at the Maracana. Do I need to like this video and subscribe to our channel to get notified when new episodes drop? Now it's time to hear from you. What surprised you the most about the first ever World Cup? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, do you have a favorite World Cup moment or memory? Tell us about it. We can't wait to read your stories. Thanks for joining us on this trip back in time. Until next time, keep the passion alive. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Let the football fever begin.